Baseball is the national pastime, not just in the U.S., but for countries around the world. But for the first time in the history of the game, something unique is about to happen, and it's going to happen here in Colonial Heights. What Briar wants now is just to be an 8-year-old kid, no questions asked, accepted by both kids and adults. That's a look inside Wayne's World.
He's Wayne Coble.
CBS 6 News.
I draw from my experiences. The song, my singing comes as a result of what I experienced. That's what gives me the conviction to sing it.
It is a relic from a bygone era.
This airplane's a 1948 L-16B.
About an hour after being in the air,
And sure enough, I found them in the back of a big, looked like a soybean field.
without doubt, it is not your usual parade.
Helping.
The big rig drivers come from up and down the East Coast.
So cool.
The smile of 4-year-old Meredith Rose Brown says it all. And smoke billowing upwards. The fire captain who called in the fire was helping them.
He was banging. He said, the house on fire.
The house is on fire.
Get out.
Firefighters concentrated on keeping the fire from spreading.
I think it's a trap thing.
Blue and red lights surround this small 4-door car, now wedged against a telephone pole by a Virginia State Police SUV as the car was going the wrong way on Crater Road.
Saw a car coming down Sycamore and a bunch of police cars, about 15 police cars, and he took a left at the light.
And they were gonna cut little pieces.
They are slicing, dicing, juicing, and frying, and they're not afraid to eat the end result. Some of these youngsters ready for the next step in their culinary career.
Mr. Grinch, do you have any comment? You got a comment?
We have no comments. We're gonna let it play out in the court system, but my client is innocent.
But part of that conversation would also include another side of the 17-year-old.
We are in my bedroom currently, in my little songwriting space where I kind of write songs, learn songs, and just kind of my home, my inspirational space, I guess.
So this whole block will eventually be on this wall.
For 19-year-old Xaviana Rosas.
And we want to put celebrating life every day because that is hospice's main goal.
The student project for Richard Bland College has now taken on a life of its own.
Like I have another whole family here because it's just so understanding.
Like many, the young artist had just a general idea of what hospice is about. A stiff competition.
First off, we did it with mise en place.
Heating up in the kitchen. As two teams take the skills they've recently learned and put them to use.
Little ginger in there.
What awaits at the end, a panel of judges. What's unique about this, though, isn't the food, but the location. Riverside Regional Jail.
I did not like the living arrangement at Riverside.
And when not in the classroom, she's outside, pushing the envelope on the trampoline. And is like a fish in the water,
Because it's just fun.
having recently made the swim team. Just minutes away from the doors opening, those last-minute details are being taken care of, like prepping the shrimp and stirring cheese into the mashed potatoes. For the U.S. Army.
Here on Fort Gregg Adams, Thanksgiving is like the Super Bowl.
So to make Thanksgiving dinner happen,
It's been about a 2.5-month process to get to where we are today.
the goal here is quite lofty.
We want them to feel like they're at home with mom.
You want some more?
For many here, though, it's a tough day.
It is tough because like I'm 18, I'm fresh out the house.
Well, I miss my family. I miss my mom's food.
But on this day, these young soldiers are in for quite the surprise.
What else would you like, Douglas?
And it starts with who's serving them.
Hey, you ain't got no room on here.
I was definitely surprised that they were serving us and they're giving back to us.
It shocked me when I seen him handing out his food.
You about to do a 12-minute 2-mile, ain't you?
It's U.S. Army tradition. The command staff serve the food to the enlisted soldiers on Thanksgiving Day. And around the world, this is exactly what is happening.
Yes, First Sergeant. Thank you very much. Happy Thanksgiving, First Sergeant.
And it's quite the shock for many.
What's the look on your face, soldiers?
Surprise.
Surprise? Come on, Bobby. I was surprised when I saw your room the other day.
And the gesture does not go unnoticed.
Good afternoon, First Sergeant.
But just to have them here on a holiday helping us by serving to us, it means a lot to me.
For those serving, it's a reminder of their first Thanksgiving in the Army.
My first Thanksgiving was BCT, Fort Jackson, and I was 22 years old.
I was here at Fort Lee at the time, back in 1996.
The other surprise, and it's a big one, is the food.
It's very good. I'm enjoying it so far.
It's not bad. This is actually kind of nice. I did not expect this at all.
The spread is quite extensive, from steamship round to turkey and ham.
We have Cornish hens, we have prime rib.
And all the sides.
We have mac and cheese, we have herb dressing, mashed potatoes, candied yams, green beans, corn on the cob.
As for the tradition of serving,
If I can give back to them, I will do so. And that's what I'm doing now.
Oh, I love it. I think it's something that we do as senior leaders, give back to our soldiers, because at the end of the day, they're away from their families, and the Army is a family.
Even though it is hard being away from home, you got people here to make you feel like you're at home.
for these young soldiers, the Army tradition of the command staff serving them their Thanksgiving meal, along with the meal itself, helps make up for the fact that they're not at home. And now, looking back after today, they can realize they're part of that long-standing Army tradition. At Fort Gregg Adams, Wayne Koval, CBS 6 News.